Ready for another root and toot in session of Deadlands Wayward Guns. We are going to be getting right back in to the action in just but a moment. Before we do that, hour, let me start off by giving my wonderful cast of characters some time to say their piece. Going down alphabeticalized, we have EpitomeOAwkward.
I got chicken. I'm epitome of awkward. Sorry, I'm very hungry right now.
Epitome of chicken.
Epitome of chicken.
Why, yes,
Or
Scotty,
something.
this is a southern accent. I try to at least do southern, if not southwestern or western proper like. We'll see. Probably won't be talking too much directly to chat, but hello everyone. I hope y'all are having a good day. Next down the line, we have Hemlock.
Hello. I am Hemlock. I play your I was gonna say local. Your contortionist sniper parrot.
My local contortionist sniper? Hell yeah.
You know, every neighborhood has to have one, really. It's like a laundromat. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's take a moment to say something on that piece too. Epitome, would you mind giving us a little snippet of who you're playing?
I'm playing Ezra King, the currently having a mental breakdown mad scientist trying to figure out his place in the world.
Oh, let's see if we can't make that a whole heaping help or worse.
I'm back
Next
to
First
down.
instinct was to say under my boot.
Well, hey now, don't threaten him with a good time quite yet. Then we have Tyrus.
Heyo. I'm playing Mary Scarlet Stonecraft, a detective gunslinger, and woman of mysteries.
Alrighty. And last but not least, dear old Exocedia X.
Hey everyone, I'm Obsidia. I play Zenobia Morgana Watley, everyone's favorite inbred, unhinged sorceress. Um, and I just want to do a brief announcement that uh, I'm starting my next D&D campaign soon. One that B is actually playing in. So I just did the announcement today showing the thumbnail of all the wonderful characters together. I'm gonna film a kind of a primer on the world. It's a homebrew setting. And then we're going to be doing origin sessions starring each of the different characters in turn before the campaign begins proper. So stay tuned, and I hope you like sad gay people because it's inevitable.
Yeah, yeah. I, I, I'd be lying if I said I weren't specifically aiming to be to bring a fun new flavor of very sad little person to the game that hopefully is a niche that ain't been filled quite the same way. There's room for all of us to be depressing looks into our players' inner psyches.
Exactly.
And if you manage to mosey your way on over here, howdy. My name is Beatrix Bunny. I am a variety streamer alongside my alter ego partner in crime, Auntie Griselda. I take care of roguelikes, RPGs, digital artwork. She does more of the violent aggro games, puzzlers, more open ended creative dealies. And tonight, we're in for some more Deadlands, the spaghetti western with meat. To get us started, though, as I recap what happened last time. Gonna quickly deal everyone the start in fate chips. As a reminder, if you have more than 10, please get rid of one of your ones to be able to then properly stay down below or at 10.
I'm cashing in a red chip for 2.
Alright, sounds fair to me. Okay, looks like Parrot's gonna need to trade in one of their fate chips, but otherwise we should be. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. So, last time we have narrowed down our little adventure here just to the very end. After what must have been a whirlwind couple of days, our fine heroes moseyed on into St. Louis, Missouri, stumbled into a murder mystery that got all the stranger for inclusion of more occult elements, and finally have found themselves tussling not once, but twice now, hopefully for the last time, with a terrible demon able to possess people through the simple power of the printed word. Having tracked the demon down to its origin point and used some improvised Catholic magic to create sort of a one-way barrier around the nest of this evil, y'all have endeavored to sneak in by the light of the moon and try and finish this thing once and for all. I believe last time you were able to ascertain a couple of key advantages. One of them being that you have someone who's actually opening the door for you. Might be a bit easier than trying to break in and immediately rousing any nearby folks' suspicions. On top of that, you also learned enough to be able to utilize the salt circle to seal around it, and have even managed to ascertain how to pick up a little bit of holy water, if you will. With all of that, I believe last we left off, Judd Yoakum had just unlocked the front door to the St. Louis Respondent. And the inky darkness and inky horrors that lie within await. So without further ado...
I actually have 2 notes to
Oh,
bring
please
up.
do. I am terrible, what with
No,
reasons
no,
of memory.
This is stuff that wasn't explicitly covered, but I think should have been covered in the planning phase. One was the suggestion that we split into 2 teams at first. One being Parrot and Ezra to do the safe cracking to get the corrupted Hoyles, and then the other one being Mary and Zenobia to go into the printing room. And then the second suggestion would be to caution, because Mary is the only scrub here without magic, to caution against using gunfire first, because that'll start a potentially a ticking clock for people to arrive, and to use the more esoteric means provided, such as our holy water and paint thinner stuff initially. That's it.
And I will say that you all are more than capable of handling this, I'm sure, in a stealthy and completely unobtrusive mission. I mean this seriously. Most of the players what caused absolute ruckai have already left the posse, so you're probably going to be fine, I imagine. Anywho,
We can only hope.
we certainly can hope for things. Alrighty then. So, let's bring us over to the map. Yeah, there we go. I did it right. Hoo-wee! I feel good. Alrighty. So, at this point, we're gonna enter some exploration mode, so to speak. Please make sure to bring our faithful little cameraman, the Arcane Eye, wherever you find yourself moseying. And I believe that we had at least a couple members of the posse brought their own lanterns, yes?
Yeah, I have a lantern, and I think it was Ezra had the second lantern.
I had the second lantern, yes.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Alrighty. Just making sure. Okay.
Which also works since we're two teams.
See, y'all give yourselves too little credit sometimes, I feel. Alright, so
I can't move Ezra.
you can't move Ezra. Well, that's terrible.
No.
Let's take care of that right quick. Can you pull
Oh,
your
we
character
literally
sheet?
handled that last time, so it wouldn't happen this time.
Can you pull your character sheet out and onto the map for me, hun?
Hold on, let me redo it. I put it into a different window.
You fool.
Okay.
Ready? Let's see. Where is he? Will he show up? What a mystery.
Oh, hold on. Let me try something else.
I swear.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we are. Alrighty then. So then, I am gonna say, just for the sake of having a loose turn order here while y'all are exploring for this kind of order of operations, let's keep this alphabeticalized, or rather, y'all are
operation.
splitting up into two
About the
teams,
whiskey.
weren't you? Ezra, Parrot, Mary, Zenobia. All right, so
Yeah.
well, for the first bit, at least, y'all are welcome to step in to the darkness of the respondents' offices.
I'm fine leading the way.
I'm just trying to get the map the right size.
All right, so right now you have found the. Oh, right now you have entered the reception area. This is, of course, where all of the public facing dealings go on within the respondent's workplace. There is. There's the front desk, there's a bench off to the side, fairly sparse, but you can see there's a couple of locked drawers, perhaps, where they might keep some of the paperwork that would be used by clerks or secretaries or what have you. Oh, also, Judd is very much hanging out outside with Father
Freaking out.
August.
Yeah, they were supposed to work on a perimeter salt line or something.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what they are
horizontal.
going to be taking care of while y'all are in there.
You also likely
And-
need to provide a lighting source on top of Ezra's token
Yes.
since he brought in a
oh,
new one.
you know what? That's a very good point. Let's see.
I was
I
going
just
to bring
noticed
that
when
up, but-
Zenobia moved, I was the only one who had light.
Very important. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me honest, you know? I am not always a very honest woman. All right. You wanted a aura of light, correct, Ezra? Not a more long-reaching cone.
Yes.
Alrighty, you should both have them set up then. All right. Judd speaks up at this point. All right. Well, the main office is through the door back there. I only got the keys to get into the general purpose areas, though. If you're trying to get anywhere more secure than that, you might be in a mite bit of trouble.
All right.
We'll manage.
We'll figure it out. Are you coming for it?
Oh, right. If I recall correctly, the printer should be to. Because I remember this is an L shaped, right?
Mm-hmm.
The printer should be to the right and then down. And the office is over there for you, Perota.
Oh, opposite of that, actually.
Oh, so it's left and then.
Well, yeah, if you go through this door, you'll go down a ways, then you'll go
Okay.
to the left.
Yeah, when you don't have an actual map, but you're only seeing the one visible area. I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm supposed to go
Fair,
left or right
fair,
in this
fair.
hill.
All right, well, I will be out here setting up the perimeter assault. Happy hunting. Scream if you need anything. Alrighty.
I will open the door.
Okay. Oh. Inside, in the dim light within, you can see. You can faintly make out the shapes of several rows of desks and chairs. Likely the place where you reckon that reporters or anyone who does the clerical work might spend their day. Beyond that, you can very faintly make out a room to the back right corner, and you can see even more darkness, suggesting to your left a significant part of the building, which y'all already knew, of course, but...
Okay. Mary, are you gonna follow us?
Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunately, Mary's afraid of ghosts.
I'm just gonna keep trickling along until you tell me to stop.
All right.
I'm gonna put on the record that my gun is out.
Oh yeah, if anyone wants to do prep, please feel free, because this thing... Well, I shouldn't say anything more than that.
I figured
I-
it went
I
without
do have
saying.
my
The
glove on.
you know,
There's the thing.
sun's down, guns out.
I have my glove on.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Zenobia will have a thing of holy water in her other hand. And hasn't drawn her knife yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm gonna try creative solutions first before I start blasting.
So, is there anything that people want to be doing while this is happening? I will say, there are a couple of windows. There is one. Let me mark this up real quick for y'all. There is one that runs essentially. Oh, no. Come on now. Come on now. One that runs essentially here to here. Another run that runs here to here. And one more that runs here to here. It's not enough to be a considerable light source since it's already dark out, but essentially at the end of each row of desks, there is a window outside to consider if you want to keep anything on a lower key.
Gotcha.
There's no curtains or something.
Nope. I mean, you can try and improvise curtains if you want.
Nah, too much of
Putting
an
newspapers over the window.
So there is the door over there. You can see through the kind of smoked glass faint outlines of a desk and chairs and something large off to the corner. This, you imagine, is the main office of the manager of this whole operation, the editor.
Zenobia will put a hand on Parrot's shoulder and say, "Good luck, my dear little Perota. I fully have faith in you."
I can
You
never
have a
tell
way
your
of making that.
tone.
You have a way of making that sound so ingenuous. I am using my wrong character's voice.
What did Parrot say?
I can never tell your tone.
Like to keep you on your toes. Boops her nose.
Just thinking of Alistair's little rant on how a smile is an essential piece of your outfit.
Alrighty. So up there, you can see there are a section of shelves. It looks like this is where they keep a lot of the basic general purpose supplies, a lot of the office supplies, essentially. It looks like they have a couple of volumes on the shelves for things like almanacs and other kind of periodicals that they might be using.
Gotcha. If you want to pause Zenobia and Mary for a moment since we've arrived at the office, for the other two to start safe cracking and get up to mischief.
If you like. Is this the point where you're splitting off?
I think that is the plan.
Alright. And you can hustle your fancy little bustles over to the other side if you like, and I'll...
I can't see anything, so I can't tell you
Fair enough, fair enough.
where the other side even is.
Scooch into the unknown. Do it.
I will say,
That's a wall.
yep, you found a wall. Honestly, this is about how I would probably be going about in the real life. You got two sets of doors here, one to your right, one down and to your left.
I'm gonna start heading the one to the left, I guess.
Alright. You arrive at a small corner door of the building. Something feels immediately off about it. Call it a
Love
hunch.
it.
Would you like to do anything with this door?
I'm gonna try and open it.
You open the door just a crack, and you feel the blood drain from your face as thick tendrils of smell pour out from what you can only describe as a restroom for an office full of cis men.
I will close the door.
You seal off the ancient evil.
I return to the other door.
All right.
I now try to open that door.
Alrighty. Pushing open the large double doors here, you find yourself face to face with an absolute behemoth in the corner. You can move yourself up a little further here. There we go. You see the colossal printing press used by this workshop. It is eerily quiet here, but you can feel like you hear a steady bloop, bloop, bloop.
I'm fine now, pausing and going back to Parrot.
All right.
So I'm about to get antagonistic with this predator.
All right. So, Parrot,
Yeah.
I feel like there's another thing that is happening with Parrot's mic tonight.
What?
All right, that time it sounded a little clearer.
It's like, sounds
It's
fine to
just
me.
me. All right. Anywho. All right. So, Parrot, you have a locked door here. How would you like to approach this?
I will first attempt the right way, which is lockpicking. And then, if lockpicking does not work, I don't know.
There.
That's an 8.
An
That's not
8?
bad.
Yeah, an 8 will definitely do it. This lockout here it's your standard garden variety lock. It ain't nothing special. It's something that you can very easily work your way through. So an 8 is more than enough. You pop that right open, and you are able now to peer inside.
I don't have any light. I can't peer inside.
There we go. All right, you see a desk covered with all manner of newspapers and article proposals and plannings and business documents. You see 2 chairs in here, and you see off in the corner a large wrought iron safe. What would you two like to do?
I mean, we are here for the save.
I mean, Parrot's just gonna gesture the lockpicks toward the safe in a quiet, like, I'm just gonna go fucking do that.
Yeah.
Is it this white thing?
Mm-hmm.
I approach the white rectangle.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
Is something wrong?
It went dark for a second.
You're the
closed
one with the
door
light
behind us.
source. I don't know what to tell you, bud.
You closed the door, and then all the light went out.
You're the one with the light. I don't know
But
how
if you
it went
close the
out. Oh, gosh.
Did the door mysteriously close behind us? Yes or no?
I assume y'all closed it behind yourselves. Did you not?
I mean, we did not physically click the door button, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, I mean, in character, would you have?
Probably.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
I thought you were being mysterious.
Oh, no. I would never.
You would never be mysterious. Ever.
Yeah.
Of course,
Are you trying to
absolutely
be
not.
spooky?
No.
What?
You would only
Never.
be completely straightforward. And
Of
you would never
course.
say things like, "Are you sure?"
Mm-hmm. I only want what's best.
So would lockpicking be the safe cracking button?
It would indeed.
That's a bigger number than before. I
Oh
got
yeah, that's a
bigger one.
girthy number.
Ooh wee!
You need to hold that number with two hands.
Oh yeah.
That's a double-barreled 10 right there. So I will say, because this is a safe,
Excuse me.
you're gonna need slightly more than that. Would you like to spend anything?
What are you rolling? D12s.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it would it'd probably be better to do a red to add to it,
That's what I think too.
since you probably have a
Yeah.
DC 11.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll burn a red.
I know we hate ever having to do anything that possibly helps B.
It will make the fight more fun, is what I tell myself.
It's like one of those
So-
like wiki how answer things, how to like gaslight yourself into doing something.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Is it just another D12 or roll?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I will also say that unless you manage to go bust, which I don't think you can do at this point.
Yeah, it's a 10 and a 7 is the other two, so it's impossible.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how fancy.
Another 7. 17.
All right. 17. You must have been an absolute hellion to have to deal with the paycheck processing department in the circus, because you are just easily able to pop that sucker right open.
And I'm bad at math.
Who knew? All right.
Gimme.
So inside you find yourself a whole big old ledger of the the obituary information that they had stubbornly refused to release into public domain. And on top of that, you also find a order that never had its customer come back for it. Mysterious little leather bound, personalized printing. That you do not recognize as a copy of Hoyle's Book of Games.
Is there like nothing on the cover that I can see? I'm not touching it yet.
I don't believe so.
Can I like poke it open with the end of a lockpick?
Sure. Inside, you find page after page of it. It almost looks like the writing style is just very haphazard. It doesn't seem to be particularly interested in maintaining any kind of semblance of making this easy to read. It seems like this was more someone who took something handwritten and wanted it printed. Uh, it's a mess of English and a lot of haphazard Latin mixed in there too. You might even, well, you might even see a couple of things from alphabets or letter systems that you're not as familiar with.
Let me see something.
All right. Do you have language Latin?
No, but he doesn't have any academia. Never mind. But just surprising.
Mm.
Could I
This is what we
attempt?
get when you don't study the humanities and STEM fields.
I got a little bit academia occult now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to get some vibes at the very least if I can pick this thing up safely?
Absolutely.
Big money, no whammies.
That's an
Fucking
18
on
Woo-wee!
1d10.
on a D10. Oh,
All
God,
right.
Well,
this
I'll
is
just be
fun.
over here while I'm not needed.
No!
Okay.
Have a lantern.
All right. So,
You're
You-
the lantern holder.
you know what? I will give you hmm. I will give you that you're able to kind of work out some of the specifics the of the languages going on here, even without being able to fully tell what exactly it is. You're noticing a lot of things in quotation marks, even things in the Latin text. So you don't really see a ton that you don't really see a ton that looks totally certain even of itself. It looks like this was something that it looks like this is something that even the original journal writer was translating. Like this is information second or third hand removed at this point. Whatever was originally there, it would take a while to try and puzzle through. But you do notice there's also some diagrams. A couple of them look like notations in some kind of scientific or mathematic or personal shorthand, but a couple that seem more straightforwardly recognizable. One that looks like it was one that looks like it had to have been a custom engraved illustration for this. You see a pair of torches crossed one against the other, and behind them, a single point that spreads off into a split, even three arches. It looks like it's iconography of something or someone. You're not totally sure what, but to honor an 18, you're able to tell that this is second or third hand information. There's probably a whole host of errors and misunderstandings that would make this much harder to translate, and that you have some idea that it's a text talking about something. And if it's connected to the entity that is currently terrorizing the printing press, it's probably something of fairly significant power.
How are the vibes?
Um, you don't feel like you don't feel like you're in immediate present danger if you wanted to pick up the book.
What do I have on me? Can I scoop it up with the page boy hat I have in my bag?
Sure, I don't see
So
why
I
not.
don't touch it directly. Okay, and I do want to grab that obituary stuff. I want to look at that too.
All right, so if I recall right, I think I had said that there was something like years and years worth of backlog for the obituaries. How much of those do you want to go for?
How thick? How thick the stack?
Oh, God. This might be a 2C situation.
That thick?
I mean, like,
That's
it's
thick.
over a decade of obituaries.
No, it can stay here.
Fair and valid. Alright. I will say at this point, you too, in your grouping, you also hear a bloop, 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 dripping noise.
Can I cast a spell?
Sure.
Argent Agony.
Ooh, okay.
It sounds a lot fancier than it is. It turns a bullet into a silver bullet.
Hey, you never know what'll be useful. But yeah, you can go ahead
I'm making
and
some assumptions.
make that hex sling and roll and presuming success.
They got an 8.
Yeah, that's a success. So that I believe is 5 cards. See what kind of hand you can make, friend.
Okay, should be a pair. I need a pair, I believe.
Alright. Let's see. So is that enough to cast your hex?
I cannot see my cards.
Oh, alright. Let me try and fix that real quick. Deal 5 cards to pair it. There you are.
A whole lot of nothing.
That's fuck all, my good buddy.
Oh, you don't have enough for a pair?
No, it's a 2, a 3, a 5, a 6, and an 8.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that is a darned shame.
I don't know much about card games, but that looks bad.
That's a whole lot of nothing.
I will tell you what. I'm in the business of reward and initiative, so I will tell you that that does give you a little inkling as you grab onto the that particular evil spirit in your mind's eye. You have your duel with them and you win, even as it scurries off to parts unknown. You feel like it is actively avoiding something as it's scurrying away from you. There is something very imminently close.
That's not good.
All right.
Does Ezra feel
Let's
that
see.
too, or do I need to convey that information?
You would probably need to convey that.
Because I don't know that there's spirits
Mm-hmm.
that you deal with.
Alrighty. So, anywho, from here, let's bounce back over to Zenobia and Mary. What are you two up to out there in the big old printing press?
Double checking my notes, and because he told us about the what's it called, the printing press, and where the ink can get in there. The gears that turn the paper around. Okay, so can I observe as I approach the printing press where that part of it would likely be based on what he had explained to us about the way that the thing worked and how it's set up?
I would say that the main rotating parts here are probably going to be, by and large, contained in this section here. It's this big old tube looking section.
Okay.
You can
Um,
shine your light up into the the overhanging hopper that's, you know, preventing all of the paper from flying willy-nilly as it goes through. You can take a look in there with the lantern, and it is too dark to tell from here what is going on. What would you
even
like
with
to
the
do?
lantern?
Mm-hmm. It's too dark to tell inside there.
I'm gonna experiment. You know,
Okay.
Zenobia is a curious person.
I appreciate playing the hindrance. Go on.
She's gonna, she's got the thing of holy water. Just try to splash it a little in there. See what happens.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. Give me a deafness roll.
Whoa.
Would you like me to put a ring of salt around the printer before we do that?
Well, we already have it around the building. I don't think
Okay.
we would have time for it around the printer. All right. That's a 4.
Ooh, okay. So, as you flick this holy water up and into the gears, you hear, at first it sounds just like it's dripping back down, but you hear the machine start to rattle. And you hear a low growling noise. It's not coming from the machine itself directly, but it is ambient and it feels close.
All right, holy water does seem to have an effect. Might as well see how far we can push this. I'm gonna go full spray and pray in there.
Okay, go for it.
Spray the prey away.
I am spraying the prey.
Yes, that was the pun. Yay!
Oh
Puns.
man, I have to reload. My screen glitched out for a moment.
That is an 8.
Oh, that's an 8.
All
My
right.
2d6 coming in strong.
All right, so several things happen at once. The first one is that you splash the water up and inside, and you can hear almost like you had tossed out boiling water, something hissing as it hits the gears underneath the overhead protector. The second thing that happens is there is, audible by both groups, a ungodly yowl, a sort of in
You cut out when
response
you
to.
did that.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Let me
did.
try that again.
Yeah, it doesn't pick up your yowl.
Ah,
There we
that
go.
picked it up.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Took a couple tries, but we got there. So that is heard by both groups. The third thing is Zenobia, you feel an ironclad shackle grab onto your hand, and as the gears start turning, it is pulling you inside the machine. I'm gonna need everyone to roll your quickness.
I love it. I love it.
Gosh.
This is what I live for.
Good golly. Thank you, Raiders, for coming in. You caught us just in time. We're about to start
Hell
something
yeah,
a little
brother.
silly. Oh, let's see. What feels like the right music for this? Maybe this? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take this.
Oh, that's not bad.
Right? Look, I'm trying. There ain't a ton of specifically horror Wild West fight music that I can easily get a hold of, but I can get a hold of
Nice.
some.
Hey, you said roll quickness.
Yes. Oh, good golly, that is what 15, 20. I think that is 4 cards for Zenobia.
I think it's 5 because you get 1 for not failing, and then I think it was 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yep.
Good golly. Alrighty. So that is 2 cards. No, is that 2 cards then for Mary and Parrot?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then 3 for Ezra. Well, I'm dominating the mid-range. I got 2 5s, a 4, a 9, and a 10.
Yeah, that's still pretty good.
Thank y'all for coming in. We're getting right into the fight, so I hope y'all are ready. Oh wait, Ezra needs 1 more card. My mistake.
Correct.
Boom. Deal 1 card to Ezra. Hey, don't matter how big a raid is, it's the size of the heart. And then 2 to Mary.
Always makes me think of my favorite zoo-based jokes.
Ooh.
I got the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban from the zoo.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, Red Joker Ezra. Let's go.
Ooh,
Red
okay.
Joker. Legend ship Ezra.
One day I will steal that legend ship. So I
Alrighty.
can
Live
receive
forever.
undeath.
That is. Ooh! Oh! Okay, what a starting hand. I mean, oh darn, what a terrible hand. Okay, starting.
Hey, give me my fate chip.
Oh,
The boy gets his free chip.
oh, well, what'd you draw?
A Red Joker.
The Red Joker.
Oh, of course. Let me hand you that there, Ezra.
Give me.
There you go, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so I still have to ask, but it sounds like I know an answer. Do we have any jokers?
I'm not going yet.
Oh, okay, you're pocketing it. Alright, do we have any aces? Yes, we do. The printer's devil has the ace of spades.
Cringe.
I know, right?
The card
Okay.
you need.
So, I am going to need a contested strength roll
Yep.
against you, Zenobia, first.
Well, that's a 5.
You know what? I am flush with chips, and if I don't use them now, when will I? Let's reroll one die. There we go. That is a 6. Okay.
I'm gonna toss a white chip. I'm gonna try and
Okay.
get another die in here, see how it goes. That's a 7. Heck you.
All right. All right. You know what? I want to see how this goes. So let's add to that 6 a. All right. All right. That is a 9.
Oh, you're gonna make me do this, aren't you?
Look, I gotta play my cards.
I'm tossing the blue.
Woo wee!
No!
Ow!
An 8!
Ow, darn! Oh, just barely, just
You
barely.
hate to see it.
You really, really do. I don't, but you really, really do. All right, so, Zenobia, you feel as the machine is whirring to life, your hand is getting dragged right on into those gears there. Was it your left hand or your right hand?
My right. Because my left had the lantern.
All right. I'm just going to do some quick little number math. You know, one thing I will say about growing up in the Northeast, it is really imparted on you from a very early age just how incredibly deadly the bounty of machinery created by the Industrial Revolution is. It could easily dismember a small child. Let's see what it can do to a grown Zenobia. Woo! Okay. Alright, that's a start. Whew. Okay. You said your left arm?
Right arm.
Right arm. Oh, I hope that isn't your dominant arm, because that
It
is... Ooh, that is 29 points of damage.
29? Jeez.
Look,
Christ.
this is a very... You basically walked into this thing's command grab.
I didn't realize it was one failed roll to take 29 damage.
Well, do you have any chips you'd like to spend?
Obviously, I'm gonna toss some chips. 21. Is it increments of 6 or is it 5
Increments
like
of
a raise?
6.
So, okay.
Yes, so it would be
So-
4 levels of wound to your right arm.
Oh, fuck this thing.
I mean, if you insist.
I'm just gonna negate it.
Alright. So that, let's see, that's 4 levels total, I believe, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you manage to slip away from its initial grasp as it is trying to pull you inside of this whirring death trap of the machinery, and you manage to, thanks to your numbed pain senses, you manage to dislocate your arm just enough to kind of pull yourself back out. It still has a solid hold on you, but it's going to take another little bit before it's able to do much more than that.
Okay.
And also, as the other part of its action here, both Mary, well, Zenobia is a little distracted, but Mary, as well as Parrot and Ezra, you hear the grinding of wood against wood and something slam into the doors that you entered from. And that is my ace. Although I also have... Now, would you like to interrupt? Because I also have the ace of diamonds.
I would actually. I'd like to try and get out of here.
All right.
That was a weird sound.
That was a weird sound. I will grant you.
Okay. I would like to try and open the door.
All right, I will give you for free first that as you open the door, you feel there is something braced against it. One of the chairs from the desk nearby has been slid over and propped up against the door. It is going to require a strength check, or we'll call it a brawl and fight and roll against the door if you would like to try and break it apart or push it aside.
I have a different idea.
Oh, do tell.
Let me find it. Hold on. My roll 20 is very slow.
Okay. We respect.
What if I were to take the door off of its hinges
Oh, I would allow that.
with tinkering?
Yeah, you. Now, do you have a screwdriver handy?
Oh, probably.
I just have one question.
Mm-hmm.
How are they getting to the hinges on the outside of the door?
How are they on the
yeah.
outside?
I mean,
Uh,
if it's braced from this
If-
direction, that, good catch.
If this was actually a office, it would open inwards. It
I mean, you're
shouldn't
on
be the
today's
door on.
standards. This is a,
I'm just
This
saying.
is some you forgot to check the homework bullshit,
Um,
Tyrus.
No. My thing is, if the hinges are on your side, they should be able to just open the door.
yeah, that's I was saying this being an office, the door should open inwards, which would mean that putting a chair in front of it would be a ineffective gesture.
You know what?
okay, that strength it is. Or fighting, brawling. Hold on, let me see.
Your brawling's probably
I was only asking
better.
because if you had access to the hinges, you should have been able to open the door.
Thanks, Tyrus. Hold on, let me see what my fighting brawling is. Again, my thing is a little slow.
No problem, hon.
Oh, you called me hon.
Of course.
It's your fiance,
You're my darling
Bro.
paramour. Why wouldn't I?
Actually, I think my strength might be better.
Okay.
Of course. Everyone forgets. Just like the hamsters he evokes, he is a strong, sturdy man underneath that cuddly exterior.
Alright, a 6.
All right. With a 6, I will. Let's see. It's not really a contested roll since it is just this. I'm going to give you options. You
Okay.
can either get halfway there, or I will allow this to break the glass, and you will have the broken glass to deal with, but that will be an access point to the other side of the door, too.
I'll break the glass.
All right. So you think about throwing your shoulder against the body of the door itself, and then you remember, I'm an engineer. I know material sciences. The glass is way easier to break here. So you just and
I appreciate being an engineer was what made him realize that
well, it's a moment of panic.
glass is weaker than wood.
In the right conditions, certainly. What is paper if not a very, very thin piece of wood? Anywho, with that, there is broken glass that you will have to reach through, but you can reach the doorknob to try and open it, or the top of the chair to try and shove it over.
Can I do that on this turn, or do I have to wait?
I will allow you to do it on this turn, but I will require a deafness roll to avoid slicing your arm up something
Does he
fierce.
have a big ass gauntlet?
Yeah.
I will give you a reduced difficulty for that dexterity roll using that.
Good,
Since it's
because
not
I
like a
think
full arm. A 5 will just be enough. You use the brunt of your gauntleted wrist to kind of smash into the remaining glass along the edge to crush and push that off from the frame of the window. You're able to reach down, and this door will be unlocked now.
Parrot, someone's trying to lock us in.
They
Wow.
certainly are.
Classic.
I pulled a 6,
Blast.
so
Yeah, no,
that's on
good.
you.
All right.
To be fair, I only have 2 more spaces of movement left.
All right. So we're back to Ace.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's about time that our big bad actually started looking big and bad. So let's pause the fight music for a second here. For the movement portion of this action, we see emerging from the grinding gears is a upwards waterfall of ink until finally materializing into this spasming, jerky humanoid figure up above you, way up towards the roof of this room, so a good probably 15 feet or so up there, is a creature that looks at once two-dimensional and three-dimensional. It is pulled between here and there, between the real world and the printed page. It is, for Parrot at least, well, whenever Parrot gets to see it, in her case, literally a thing of nightmares. But it's no easy to overcome sight for any of y'all either. The shape of the printer's devil materializes, and I'm gonna need Zenobia and Mary to roll me some guts checks with a -1 penalty.
I got a 17 then.
Alright, that'll pass.
Oh no. That's
Zovia is a
three.
brave little toaster, especially versus Supernatural.
Yeah, especially since you almost got your arm mauled off just now.
Well, that happens.
Oh, it's still pulling. I should make that clear. Like, this is a part of it that it's manifesting.
Uh-huh.
It is still there.
Lovely.
When I return, I can do things.
I should probably spend some tokens.
It's up to you. 4 is technically not the worst.
It's actually a 3 because of the -1.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, it does cross the lowest hurdle, I will say. But do you think this will be the lowest hurdle kind of situation?
Okay, I'm trying to remember how these chips work for.
White lets you do a reroll. Red and blue lets you add a chip.
Okay, so in this case, my spirits are d6s, so I'd get an extra d6.
Yes.
But then it would have to overroll the 4 I rolled, or it would be added to the 4.
So if you toss a white chip, you roll another d6, and that's just that d6. If you toss a red or a blue, you roll another d6, and you add it to that 3 that you rolled.
Mm-hmm.
I'll spend the red then.
All right. Thank you for the fate chip of my own. I will use it maliciously.
Sometimes you gotta.
No, totally
Take the chance.
understandable.
Yeah, it gets me to a 5.
All right. Would you like to spend any more?
I think I'm just gonna have to take that.
You sure?
You probably failed. Just tell me.
Probably. I was hoping I'd roll better. I just don't want to just burn a bunch of tokens right at the beginning of the fight for.
You know what?
Oh, I wonder
Fair.
how that feels.
Yeah.
The 4 I've had to spend.
Look, I can't help it. I figured, a big, strong lady like a melee fighter like you would probably be able to win that strength
You
contest.
rolled 2 fate chips against my 2 fate chips. You cheated just as much to try and beat me.
Oh, shucks. What can I say? I'm a little stinker. Alright, so. That is going to be a failure, I'm afraid. Could I please have you... Yeah, you know what? Let's have you roll... 3d6 for me, please, Mary.
3d6.
You want low. Okay, okay.
3, 4, 3.
That is not the worst. Uh, this thing as it congeals into reality as you're able to understand it is something that does not sit well for you, especially the powers that you've already seen it control other people with. It very much is hitting too close to home. You're able to get your composure back after a moment, but you still are stunned in the moment. You lose your turn and 1d6 wind. All actions are at a -2 for the remainder of the encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah. It
So
goes up
wind.
to just you have a heart attack and immediately age a full calendar year of life from scare. Like, it could definitely be worse. All right.
Okay, wait. Okay, so
What's your question?
I was trying to make sure I'm tracking this wind damage correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So your wind is your guts die type. I'm not guts type. Your vigor die type plus your spirit die type. So, for example, Zenobia has a D10 spirit and a D12 vigor, so she has 22 wind normally.
Okay, so I only got 12 then.
Oof.
So I'm at 12 right now on the tracker, and then that drops down to 8 after the 4 damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's gonna
The
be
emotional
scary.
damage.
It
The
is.
emotional damage, yeah. Okay. And you said I lose a turn? Do I get to pick which card I lose that turn on, or is it just the next one that I would have?
It is actions for this round, I'm afraid.
So it's both of your cards.
That really sucks too, because you have a King of Spades.
Yeah.
Well, it is
That
what
is
it
correct.
is. All right. So as for the actions, now that it has manifested, it's going to continue trying to pull you in, Zenobia. Just to start us off.
Uh-huh.
So I am gonna do another contested strength roll here.
I got a 6.
Okay. Okay. Shit. God. That's a 37.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the damage.
You know what? I will give you an out. You feel this thing probing around for spiritual weaknesses. If you want, you can avoid any damage in exchange for making yourself a little vulnerable.
So it's 37 damage you did.
No, that's just a hit.
No, I'm fucking. It can hit me. I'm
Okay,
taking
sure.
damage.
All right, good. I just want to make sure. All right. Well, let's see. Is this
This thing is just rolling beastly against us.
Well, it also got to alpha strike us.
Look, it's command grabs, man. I think they're just as much bullshit as the rest of you. Okay. Unfortunately, because this is an ability check, ooh, it's not rolling as many dice here. That would be 22 damage, so 3 levels of wounds to your right arm. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm just tossing white chips.
Okay. You still manage to fight it off, and you refuse to let it probe any deeper. And yeah, that is its turn. I'll say that yeah, but it is still floating there, out of reach for now. It doesn't realize at the moment that some of y'all may have firearms, but maybe it also doesn't care. We'll find out. Okay, do we have any other face cards?
No, because Tyra's lost their king.
All right. Let's see. Going down from there. I think the next card in the order is... Actually, I can't see Zenobia's hand.
I have a 10 of spades.
All right. I think that's the next one. Then you are up.
Okay. What is this manacle made out of?
I said... I should clarify. I say manacle more to be evocative. It's an ironclad feeling grip.
So it's just spectral grip, or is it like literally ink?
It is literal ink.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try and be creative still. Since I used the holy water, now I'm gonna try the turpentine on this. See if it does something.
Okay.
So take out the flask of fucking turpentine we each got. I think it was a pint each, and I'm gonna turpentine this manacle.
All right.
This
So
ink grip.
that is a called shot. Let's see.
It's really a cold shot, but it's on my arm, and I'm just putting it on my arm.
It'll be a -2. That's all.
Okay. This is a deafness roll.
Yes, if you're throwing it
I'm
or
not throwing it.
slashing
Like
it.
it's
Yeah.
here's my arm with this thing on it. I'm pouring it on my arm.
Fair. We'll say the
Better to
deafness
get some
is
chemical
more
damage
to
than, be pulled into the
yeah.
chomp chomp chomp.
Nope, that's a 1. That is a botch.
Oof.
Okay. Hey dear.
Yeah.
Is there anything bad that can happen if turpentine gets into open wounds? Or does it just
I
sting
mean-
like hell?
I mean, it'll do microscopic damage, but you wouldn't really see it at this point.
Alright. Well, it is essentially pouring alcohol, which unfortunately has a way of finding all the little nooks and crannies and nicks and cuts on a body, so it stings like the dickens.
Which I don't feel.
True. Your hand is soaked. You know what? I'll say that if you want to, though, especially now that you have lubed your hand up, you can try to, let's call it a vamoose roll if you want to try and pull your hand completely out of its grasp.
I'll try. See what
Alright.
happens.
So, let's see. There's the action, alrighty. So this is your fighting against its...
Oh, no, it's probably gonna win. I got a 4.
Oof.
I'm not rolling well.
Yep, that is unfortunate.
Well, the trying to figure out solutions to this is over. I'm just gonna start blasting. Because I'm tired of wasting Zenobia's time.
I've never heard it phrased like that before. I know my character is better than this. I am so sorry for wasting their time.
Alright, my action's done. I go on a 5.
Alright. Let's see. Do we have anything higher than a 5? Yes. It looks like Ezra, you are up.
It is my turn.
And Parrot, you are on deck.
Alright, I would like to get along.
Alright, so you are doubling your pace.
No,
No, wait.
that's-
Yeah, that just adds, what was it, an extra D4,
D4.
yards?
For a
Alright.
wind.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so I will... You said I opened the door?
Yes, you push the door down, the chair gets knocked aside.
Alright. 1, 2. Why is it dark?
I don't... You
You're
you
not
should...
dark on my screen.
Yeah, you should have a light source. We did set that up.
Yeah, I have no idea why I still can't see.
I'm not
And
sure
then for
either.
another, I'm going to...
I'm like, I can see
Another
you.
2. I can see myself now, it just took a few minutes.
You should invest in a better computer.
You're not the only one who said that. And the thing is, this is only like 2 years old. 3 years old.
You should.
Roll 20 is like kind of dying right now.
Yeah. Okay, if anyone wants to help set me up with Forge VT and all that stuff, I am open.
One more multiverse is no longer shutting down.
Oh.
All I have to say.
It isn't?
Yeah,
Interesting. Good to
they
know.
fixed some of their server issues and switched to a Patreon system.
Alright.
So, can I see the ink monster now?
No, it is currently
Door.
inside the other room.
Okay, so there is a wall here.
Yes.
With no windows.
Okay. Oh, there is very little chance I'm going to be able to get there within the next 3 rounds. But I will
Like,
try.
What is your base pace?
He's a biggin.
5.
I could say if you're not that far away. If it takes you 3 rounds to go fucking 7 squares, I'm very concerned.
Day and night.
That's
Alright, let
not
me...
how math works, but I appreciate it.
Look, I'm not at work right now. Math can go fuck itself.
Fair.
Alright.
Rude, but fair.
And there's not much... There is not much more I can do.
Did you already double your pace?
No,
Like, you can move up to
I
twice
not
your
walked
pace in a
like-
full round.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
5.
So you can move up to 10
Hold on.
feet in 1 round.
I'm
This is
used
all-
to them being... Alright. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
So you can
And I see
see...
a chair there.
Yep, that is the chair blocking that door.
Alright, now I can't do much.
Alright. I have got to set more of these funny little camera fellers. hopefully.
Yeah, I cannot see the room I am in at all.
Yeah,
Where
because
Ezra
your
gone.
light source was Ezra.
Yep.
I don't know where the door is.
Ezra has just taken off. You know what? Let's have this emit a little bit of light as a treat.
Thank you.
Just a little as a treat.
Eh.
Well, if I don't know where the door is, I can't properly gauge distance.
If we don't
Yeah,
know where your
it's
token
kind of
is.
important.
I can see my token, strangely enough.
Huh. That is strange, actually. Weird.
I couldn't earlier.
So are you done, Ezra?
I'm done. I can't reach the chair.
So the next good guy one is Parrot 6.
Yeah, Parrot is just gonna run. Here. Getting to Ezra will be 10. It's you can move twice your pace in like one little round.
Mhm.
Is that if you choose to do that, that's all you can do, right?
No, you can still act.
Oh shit.
You just have double your pace for all of your actions that round total.
Mhm.
So you'd have presumably 12 pace for everything you're doing that round. So if you use 11 of it on your first action, you only have 1 on your second.
Okay. That's fine. Let me procure that map real quick. Okay, that should be good. Ah, the fuck. Is the door closed?
Yes.
Uh,
there's
yes.
a chair in front of it.
You can, since you're coming from the proper side to do it, you can just knock that away, though. Let me just
I slide into the chair.
Okay, it is now an open door. And as you go inside, I'm gonna need you to make the guts check.
Yeah, I suspect it.
At a -1.
Why is it a -1?
Because he's spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Monsters can impose negatives to guts checks by being spooky looking.
That is just enough. You are not spooked in the slightest. Which makes sense, because despite it being in your nightmares, you also have literally seen this thing before. You're the only one who's seen it like this before, in fact. Yeah.
I'm gonna get his ass.
Hell yeah. Hell
Cast
yeah.
Get his ass.
I cast beat down.
I assumed that you saying hell yeah meant I hit.
A 13? Yeah, that is gonna hit.
It was 11 to hit, a 13 for damage.
Ooh, okay. Let's take a roll of Rooski at this. Let me see where we're landing. It is in its right leg. That
It's
makes-
right goo.
It's probably the thing closest to the connecting point with Zenobia. That makes a kind of sense.
Got him in the bottom right goop.
Okay, so that is that would be enough for 2 levels of wound to this thing. So let's see. Gonna spend a couple of fate chips for it to ignorify that. It does notice, though, that you are here, and I will say that at little shock to its system, did manage to split its attention a little more. So, Zenobia, add a +1 to your next attempt if you try to escape from this.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I have a 5 of spades.
You are up next.
Okay. I am going to Crimson Lightning this monster.
Woo wee. Oh, that reminds me. I also need to roll to see, because outside the camera of this little drama cuts back to outside, and you can see as August is maintaining the sanctified perimeter, you just hear a
I don't hear anything. If you're making a sound, it's probably not getting picked up.
nothing.
If you're gonna make a weird noise, you have to turn off noise suppression.
Good
Yeah.
golly, I really do.
Just
All
tell
right,
us the noise.
Too strong.
truly, it is tragically too. All right, how about a
Like a gunshot?
yeah? That's literally all I was going for.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Well, now that we have that taken care of, so this is essentially a countdown clock situation.
Gotcha.
When the countdown gets from 5 to 1, there will be someone outside with the impetus or ability to interfere with all of this in a way that will be not necessarily bad, but very inconvenient.
Okay.
So essentially, every time I roll a max value on a die, we're moving the clock up by 1. That is the first one, so 5 to 4.
Oh no.
There is, unnoticed to our posse of heroes, just next door, there's someone who sits up in bed at the sound of the gunshot. But nothing beyond that yet. Okay, that's all.
Alright. So I'm casting my Crimson Lightning at the
Mhm.
monster.
Hell yeah.
That is an 8.
Light him up.
Yeah, an 8 will hit.
It's a level 4, sorry.
God dang. Alrighty.
I usually do level 3s, but this thing is burning through my fate ships quickly.
Understandable. This is another hit location one, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Combat stuff. The right arm.
How appropriate. Alright.
So, let me this 17 magic damage.
Ooh, that is pretty good. Alright. Alright, let's take a look. Do I... I will mitigate a level of that and take the other.
Cool.
Alright, so that is 1 level the wound to this here thing's right arm. It's like you're channeling the electricity directly through it, this sympathetic connection it has inadvertently created with you. Just the lightning shoots up through that, and you can hear a sizzling noise as this thing's oil of its right arm starts to bubble and pop.
Excellent. I have a 5 of diamonds.
Alright. Let's see, I don't think anyone else has some... Yeah, no one else has something bigger than that, so carry on.
I do it again.
Hell yeah.
So it's another 4 strain version.
I forget. Did we establish flavor-wise if this makes any noise?
Normal Crimson Fire doesn't, but if you want it to be the, snap, crackle, pop of lightning, like, I'm okay accepting that.
You know what? I'll say it will, but I'll use a larger die to represent the louder but much briefer noise. Or at least a noise that's more justifiable to someone's brain as like, that's probably just the weather outside or something.
Yeah, I imagine it would sound probably like one of those Tesla coil things that does the zzz, zzz, like the one you have the little plasma spheres.
Okay, that one was a 3,
love
so
those.
the alarm does not go lower.
Okay. That is an 8.
Alright, that'll hit. You're keeping track of your strain and
Yep,
wind,
I
right?
have 4 strain left, and I have 14 wind remaining.
Hell yeah.
Right at its gizzards!
Ooh, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby!
That extra damage dice. Tasty.
39 damage.
Woo-wee! Goodness gracious. That would be 6 levels of wounds to its guts. Oh, golly.
And when Zenobia stops fucking around, she really stops fucking around.
Alright, you know what? Let's do... I don't even want to mitigate all of that, so let's do a blue and a red.
So he has 1 wound to his arm and 1 wound to his guts.
This thing is very unhappy with y'all. Especially you. Because you
Yeah.
have been proven very inconveniently difficult to pull inside of the gears of a steam-powered child death trap.
Now, when you say
Alright.
that, do you mean a death trap built by a child or a death trap meant to take out
This
children?
is the 1870s, it's both.
Alrighty. That is a very solid turn, though, and you blew through some of my thickest stacks of fate chips there. Alright, I see a 4 of hearts.
That's, well, if anybody has higher than that, that's my next card.
I don't.
The other ones
we're
are
sitting on
2s.
2s over here.
Okay. I am going to do it again at level 3.
Whew.
I'm going real power overwhelming mode right now.
Truly.
So that's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'm down to 1 strain. So it's base DC 5 to hit.
Yes.
I should probably check my own spell. I believe it is a TN5. This is like the most basic combat spell. Yeah, it's TN5. So 10, 15, so 2 raises. To the gizzards again.
Okay. Roll that sweet, sweet damage.
20 damage.
Okay, that would be another 3 levels. Let me drop it down to 1 level.
So it's now 2 to the gizzards.
Yep.
Okay. Does this thing get stunned at all?
You know, good call. Let me check my notes. Okay, got some dice to roll. Okay. Let's see. That passes the first attack. X 10, that passes the second. Ooh. Alright. It looks like... It would not pass the stun check on that 3rd attack, so I'm gonna have to spend a chip to bump that up. You know, you can complain all you like about me being mean about burning through fate chips, but I have even less than you. Is there no mercy, no pity for the poor unfortunate Marshall?
No.
Good. All right.
All right. So yeah, Zenobia just goes full on like Storm from X-Men, just arc currents flying from her hands up into this creature.
Ezra,
just
you can
continually.
fully see this strange and terrifying woman is just like like she said, like an electrical generator, just arcs of this blood red lightning are lancing off her and climbing up the inky body of this creature.
And Zenobia is in a move that Parrot hasn't actually seen before. Zenobia looks very feral right now, like not like the calm and confident version. She looks genuinely just like a ball of rage at this thing as she is stuck there being pulled in the machine, just jettisoning lightning.
Hell yeah.
That's my turn.
Alright.
It's all my cards, my back-to-back lightnings.
I mean, you burned through so much of this thing's fate chips.
I
Like,
only have one strain left, so I can't do it anymore.
alright. Okay. So, that was that. Both of y'all said you had 2s?
Yeah.
Alright.
I have a 2.
I have got a 3. Okay. Let's see. So far, you have been the main source of this thing's frustrations. So I am going to start us off. You know what? Let's see. Let's give it the old college try one more again to see if we can't pull this tin horn into the orphan annihilator.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I mean, is B wrong?
She's not, but you're not supposed to say that. Calling the printing press the orphan annihilator.
At least it's not the Orphan Annihilator 9000, implying that there's been multiple iterations of the device.
Alright, so by a mere 2 points, you have successfully pulled away and broken its grasp on you.
Oh, thank God. My
It's
17.
in all of that pulling and effort ends up flying up through to the ceiling, and you see as it impacts, the ink spreads across the room. I am going to need everyone currently in the room to make a spirit check.
Boo. 19. I just needed to go apeshit. That's how I unlocked my good rolls.
Truly. The Orphan Annihilator 9000.
You're gonna kill me, aren't you?
No.
I 100% know what spell I'm buying. I'm going to start researching next.
Alright. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm simply going to give you a choice. Oh, by the way, Mary, I need a roll from you, too.
Yeah,
Make a
sorry,
spirit
I had to get away from my computer. Was it a
No problem.
said,
Spirit
roll?
roll, -2 because of the failed guts check earlier.
Okay, so just a spirit roll.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The -2 is an 8. That's not bad.
Yeah, that is pretty good, I would say. Alright, so... I'm going to need snap judgments from the two of you. Parrot and Mary. You have a choice here of either taking some damage directly or giving this thing one action with your body.
Take the damage.
Like, you better not shoot me, parrot.
So is that damage for both of you?
I believe so.
Alright. Let's see where the ink is going to be hitting. Lower guts. Alright. All of those dice. Plus one of those. Okay. All right. That would be 18 points of damage. 3 levels of wounds to the guts. Would you like to do anything to try and soak that?
How?
Okay, so white chips
Or
negate
one wound.
one wound.
Mhm.
Red negates 2, blue negates 3.
Okay, well I have white and red, so
And when you toss reds for wounds, B doesn't get fate chips out of it.
That's true.
okay.
I'll
But if I
toss
toss the
red.
white ones, she does?
No, it normally, if you use a red to boost a skill or a die roll or whatever, B gets a fate chip for it. But if you toss it to negate wounds, she doesn't get a fate chip.
Okay.
All right. So is that Parrot's red chip?
Yeah, it's not mine.
All
this
right.
one.
So you're bringing it down to 1 level of wound to the gut.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I can only use one chip for this, or
You can
any
use
combination.
as many as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I throw out 3 white chips,
You just ignore it.
Yep.
yeah,
That-
yeah, we'll do that.
That is within your power.
Alrighty. Then Parrot, can you roll me a vigor check?
See if you get stun locked.
Target number is 5.
Why did you tell me that?
Would you like to spend anything? Look, we all came into this equally high rollers. I'm just saying.
I'll re-roll with a white.
Alrighty. Come on. Ah, god dang.
And it's the same situation.
I am gonna start a fire in my office.
Oh no. No, don't. You're a homeowner now. You can't.
Fucking. Oh my god. It's because of my wound, for the most part. God damn it. I'm gonna use my last red, I guess, and add to it.
Alrighty.
To think, had you tossed that one white, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Hmm. So true, bestie.
It's a 6. Well, it's a 10. Oh wait,
Yeah.
that didn't subtract all my shit. Does it subtract when I?
It did ace though, so you can roll that again if you'd like and add it.
Okay.
What's the base DC for a 1 wound stun?
Just 5.
Oh, so she didn't need to, or they didn't need to roll.
Yeah, it was just for fun,
Yeah,
really.
no,
Just for funsies.
So, like,
Just to flex.
Mary, as this inky mass is trying to crawl up you, it is digging in and it looks the way that this faceless shape recoils, it almost kind of looks like it's perplexed a little bit as it tries to climb up and can't dig can't dig in. You just hear this metallic clang, clang, clang as it tries to dig into your artificial leg and finds no purchase. Parrot, this thing is crawling.
Grub.
Thing is crawling up point to point like the venom symbiote up onto your face, into your mouth, and you just, with tremendous force of will, you hawk the largest loogie you possibly can, and you just spit the entirety of this black gunk back out again.
I don't like some of these word pictures that you're painting, for me, but I'll take it.
Hey, I'm
Understandable.
resisting saying the meme that's current right now.
And
Be thankful.
with all that, I will use its movement to have it reform over. Let's do it. Let's see. Let's do it over here.
Did that leave the room?
It left the printing press room, yes.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't in this room.
Yes.
I could not see it if it was.
I also don't see it.
Anyone who wants to can give me a cognition check, sound-based, if you would like to try and hear as it scuttles and squirms off.
I got a
Okay.
5.
Seven.
Just trying to remember what cognition checks I got buffs for.
Oh! Parrot!
I mean, to be fair, Parrot did just shoot a firearm off in a very echoey room, so that makes sense. Like, ears ringing right now.
Okay, so that was a cognition roll?
Yes,
Just straight?
yes.
If you
straight
got
cognition.
anything that boosts hearing, that applies. So it's a little too loud between the electrical discharges and the gunfire in the printing room. However, Ezra, you get the faintest sense that you can hear it and you can feel like a little breeze go past you, and it feels like it has scurried past you towards this direction.
Okay. Just an animal. And it's my turn!
It sure
Huzzah.
is.
Alright.
Oh hey, it's turn too. Oh, I love simultaneous
shit.
turns. Let's see what happens when we both move at the same time.
I have
Let's
no movement left.
Oh, I am so sorry
He is a
then.
power boy.
Then allow me to help you out a little bit. From the darkness, you hear the whoosh of air as one of the office chairs is flung directly at you.
Actually, can I use my action to activate my device to make it go
Ooh.
slower?
I will allow this. This is already a far subsonic projectile. I will allow this. Give me let's call this a tinkering
Well, first
roll.
I need to do
The
first I need to do
reliability.
a reliability.
Correct. Thank you for keeping me honest there.
All right. Let me find its reliability off the top of my head.
It's your starting gizmo, so it should be pretty darn good.
Yeah, I think it's 18, but I can't find it on my thing. Oh, there we go. 15. 15.
Alright, come on. Low numbers, no whammies.
Yay!
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, so he flicks a switch on the back of the glove quickly and grips the air in front of him
Mm-hmm.
as soon as he notices the chair coming towards his way.
Alright.
And this will give 2 levels of armor to his gizzards up.
I like it. You know what?
About ready to, like, stone cold getting hit by this chair and just have it shatter against you.
Yeah, he's like fully body bracing. Alright. Then let me roll for hit location. Okay, yeah, that's the guts. Alright, that's good. That's good.
All right, so I have effectively 4 levels of armor for my guts.
Hell yeah. Alright. This thing is already something more of an improvised weapon, I think, than the Printer's Devil is really used to, so it's only gonna be, golly, I think only like that many dice.
Well, how many is it to begin with? And then,
Yeah,
We'll
like,
have
what's
to
its
do-
high type, and then we start working from there.
yeah.
It would be strength plus, let's call it, I think a D6 is a small club.
So that would negate the damage.
It would just be
entirely.
straight strength. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so strength. Oh, yeah. The highest it rolled with that reduction was a 7. So you throw your hand upwards as this chair comes whizzing towards you, and it looks like you can almost see the air particles, the molecules of air, as they're slowed down. It's like seeing those little motes of dust in a very unaired area. And the chair is moving now like it is sinking through feet and feet of water as it goes the last couple of feet until it just harmlessly plops off the side of your chest and falls off to the side here.
Excellent. You're going to get
Beautiful.
promoted to Ezra soon. No longer will you be guinea pig.
It's not like she saw any of this, though.
All right, Parrot, you're ready to wrap us up for this. For this, again, I remind everyone, first round of combat.
It's been a crazy one.
It has.
Shoot gun.
You
Shoot
can't
gun?
see anybody right yet. I don't think so.
Huh?
I don't think you can
Oh,
see anybody
yeah.
currently.
It
You have to
left.
leave the room, start searching
Oh.
for it.
Do you have movement left?
I have a couple.
Okay.
I think that's it. I might have like one more.
All right.
So I gotta fucking search again, I guess.
Let's see. So this is in the darkness. I don't think you're able to see it from here. You can either take a. You know what? I'll give you faint moonlight. So you can either try and take a shot at -6, or you can take a cognition roll to try and reduce the penalty, or you can like I forget, between rounds you can still sleeve an action, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can also like sleeve an action until you're able to see it again if you prefer.
Kind of want to take a wild shot.
All right, it will be at a -6, but you could kind of like not exactly triangulate, but guesstimate, since Ezra's right there, and he'd be able to point out what direction the chair came flying from. So you're like, it's vaguely somewhere in that ballpark. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah, that's still a 12.
Yeah, that still is gonna hit. Like
That's my...
you burst out of this room, adrenaline pumping, immediately ready for action. You see your head snaps to look at Ezra. Ezra just wordlessly points out into the darkness. You raise your gun, you shoot. Hoo-wee. Let's see where that is gonna hit on that hit location.
You get to plus or minus 1 from the location. Because of your raise. Not quite the
Oh.
head.
That is so close to being a headshot.
But it does already have 2 wounds on the guts.
That's
so
true.
That 21 tagging those guts.
Ooh,
Beating
okay.
those guts, if you will.
Oh gosh. Well, first let me roll vigor check to see, so I can give myself the terrible choice potentially of choosing between soaking damage or soaking the stun. Let's see, that would be. Let's see. That would be a 3rd level wound, though. I think that would be a 9. Ooh. I'm gonna have to spend a chip to... I want to keep things interesting, and I know we don't have too much time left since we're already past when we would normally stop. So I'm going to just soak the stun check, but that is now 4 levels of wounds to this thing's guts.
Love to see it.
Alright. So, time for everyone to roll quickness again.
Quickness, yay. So, 3 from me.
Alrighty.
Did you reshuffle
4.
since we got a red joker?
Do I do that with both jokers or just the black?
Both.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that then. Let me recall, shuffle. Okay. Deal, that is 2 cards to Parrot and Ezra. That is 3 cards to Zenobia. That is 1 card to Mary.
Yeah, and this was at the -2, right? So I would have had to
Yeah.
roll 7 or higher
still
to get a
1
second
card.
card. Yeah, 1 card's better than the 0 cards like last turn.
Yeah.
I feel so bad that, like, in your first big fight, this is what has been happening. Like, I genuinely
Brutal
feel
system.
pretty bad about
I'm
that.
expecting stuff like this.
Alright, and then let's roll for the Printer's Devil. Okay, that is... A 10 would just be 2 cards, I think, right?
3.
3. Alright.
It's 1, 5, and 10.
Okay. Alright. So... Do we have any aces this time around?
A boy
I have an
Ezra.
ace of clubs.
Okay.
Alright. I still can't fucking see this thing.
You do have a light source, though, and you know a general location.
And it did just get shot.
Oh, that reminds me, I have to roll again for the alarm.
Got an 8.
Nope. Apparently, we've got, fortunately, some very sound sleepers nearby. Oh, yep, you can
Oh, I
just
can
see
see
it.
Alright, time for guts.
Oh, 31.
You know what, Ezra? This is such a this is what I fucking love about emergent storytelling of random chance RPG playing. Ezra, at this point, you've gotten so inured to accepting things as being impossible. Like you can hear your husband's voice in the back of your mind. More things to heaven and earth than are dreamt of in our philosophies. And you think about all of the scientifically impossible, absurd, child's ghost story things that you have seen over the past couple of days. And you are so done with it. You are sick and fucking tired of this. And you know what? At this point, it's less of a, this can't be. This is impossible, and more of a, fuck, okay, I guess this is impossible too now. Alright, let's get this done with. You are completely no-selling this. Alright. Now that you have done that, what would you like to do next?
I have an idea, and it's probably a bad one.
Oh?
But
Do it,
Ezra
do it,
is
do it,
not
do it.
trained. Ezra is not trained in combat, so he wouldn't understand that this is probably a bad idea for someone.
Oh?
But he's going to try and freeze it.
Ooh.
It's liquid.
It is liquid. We did establish
Am I
that.
close enough, or do I have to get one space closer into it?
Did we establish what it's... what the gizmo's range is?
It's touch.
Touch. I mean, if you want... this thing is designed to take up, like, a 4 square space, so I think you should be able to touch it from there.
Okay.
Let's see...
It's still on, so do I have to run it again? Reliability? He just lets go of the air, but it's still running.
Oh gosh. I think this is only when it's being stress tested, so I think that would apply still.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Come on, no whammies, no whammies. I want to see how this happens. Okay,
Still good.
that's closer than I'm comfortable with, but that is still in the good. You're still in the black here. Okay.
Can I tell that it's been injured in the abdomen, or is it just so goopy I can't tell?
There's definitely a distinct instability there, I would say for sure. You know what? Oh god, instead of tinkering for this, to make it a little more fun, since this is, at this point, I think more of just a scientific curiosity, right?
Yeah.
Give me a... give me a... science physics roll to use it in this device. I imagine that's got to be even better then.
Yes.
Alright. You have completely forgotten your sense of fear towards this thing. You reach out towards it, the same device that it turned on your friend Zenobia the other day to try and crush the
Friend
air.
is a strong word. Friend is a strong word, but we're getting
Your acquaintance Zenobia the other day to try and crush the air from her lungs, and you turn that back on it. Oh gosh, I don't think there's really necessarily a damage roll associated with this. Since this is a, you know what? Since this is a liquid body, and we're already a little past when we would normally end anyway, I don't think this will necessarily destroy it instantly, but I want to do something a little funky with this.
I like hearing the sounds of pages shuffling.
Frantic shuffling.
Oh yeah, baby, you know it. Just reminding myself of the rules on... here it is. Massive damage. Okay. How cold can this thing make things around it?
Exponentially cold. Like, it solidifies air molecules. It's colder than any human ever can understand, and still be generally alive.
Incredible. So it definitely can lower something below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now let's make this fun. This is a weakness I wasn't even planning on, and I am absolutely delighted to see it exploited this way. Give me a roll of 5d10. That feels like a good number.
I'm curious about something right now. Freezing point of ink. Oh, it's just similar to water. Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So give me 5d10.
Science!
5d10.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
All I have left is 1 red chip. Even if I spend that, there is still a point of damage that goes through. Ezra, I would like you to describe for me what happens here. I'm going to put on some more triumphant music.
So, I think... Hold on, lower it a little.
Yeah, it's very loud.
It's not quite time for the triumphant music yet.
Oh, okay. I'll stop the triumphant music.
Up to this point, he has been shit terrified of anything that's been relatively supernatural, just because it's something that does not make sense to him. And this does not make sense to him. But there's a part of him that just is so done with this. This is the thing that supposedly controlled his body. This is the thing that supposedly has been causing all of this issue, all of this stress, all of this bullshit. And something in him kind of snaps for a moment. Probably for the first time in a long, long time. And he just rears his hand back. Hand spread out, played, and just... I don't want to use the term, but Kali Ma's into the thing's abdomen and grips tightly around any liquid that it can. And it slowly starts freezing and breaking apart. And now you can do the triumphant music. And falling bit by bit as the cold inches up throughout it.
We love to see it. Great work.
Also,
And now he just is standing there with a chunk of frozen ink in his gauntlet
incredible.
and turns back towards Parrot, unsure of what to do next.
Parrot gives him a thumbs up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think you basically have what you can get here. This thing is frozen in an instant to a point of absolute absolute relative zero, and it is just before it can even have a chance to process what's happening to it, you have reached into it and you have frozen this thing entirely. It is
Probably with
this
its mouth agape in mid-scream.
absolutely. It is a thing of abject horror that you have turned into essentially a form of ice sculpture. It's so thoroughly below zero. Well, for one, I would recommend no one touch it directly because you'll have a flagpole situation. But two, it's going to take a while for it to thaw on its own. However, at this point, I think that this is probably when the the voice of August calls out from the threshold. Is everything okay in there? Are you good?
Yeah. I think so.
All right. So, additional assistance of uh, with the additional assistance of August, someone who does actually know a degree of Latin, he is able to decipher enough of it to find the rights that allowed this thing to exist and to unmake it. You can see as the unreal force keeping this thing stable and together in our material world evaporate in the face of these final rites, so to speak. It melts away into an inky slush. And you are left alone in the offices of the respondent, with the voice of Judd Yoakum calling out from outside. Hey, y'all! You should probably beat it from here. I reckon someone's probably going to be hearing this. Would you like to leave the scene of the crime?
Yes, please.
All right. And with
And
that,
Zenobia saw none of this.
Yeah. But like, shortly thereafter, I was the next card. I would have pounced out and saw you, in front of the frozen monster thing with your hands. So
oh yeah,
I
like
could put two and two together.
even though you didn't see it at the end of the fight, you definitely saw the aftermath, and
Yeah.
like no one else in this party has anything remotely cold thing
Oh, I know
based.
very well Ezra's cold thing.
Mm.
But yeah, so like immediately after like she blitzes past Mary through the door with her knife out, looking very, furious and feral, kind of springing into the room, seeing this, she quickly tries to regain her composure. And before she cuts herself to sheathe her knife again and the exorcism happens, she will pat Ezra on the shoulder and say, "Excellent work, Mr. King."
He gives her a bit of a look but doesn't question it out loud.
And with that, we could leave.
Yeah.
I had to
Yes.
give him that little promotion.
So you make it out well before any of the morning edition respondents come in. Later, you hear from other newspapers around town about how, oh, there was this mysterious break-in. The robbers didn't seem to steal anything of value. They just broke in, smashed apart some furniture. There was some damage to the printing press. Weirdly, the door into the office has its window smashed out. The safe was apparently ransacked, but The manager reports nothing of value having gone missing. And you feel, at least for now, that this particular adventure of the printer's devil has come to a close. So, congratulations, you solved my printed page demon riddle. I hope you had a good time.
Yay.
Oh, thank you all very much for your engagement, for your involvement, hopefully for your enjoyment. And that is going to be a wrap for us tonight. There is still more adventures yet to be had, and at least one more story to follow along in St. Louis. You now have some other mysterious new leads as well, like what you end up deciding to use or to do with this strange book. But beyond that, I think for now, until next time when we'll have more friends and more fiends to deal with, I think this is where we'll call an end to this chapter of our tale. All right, so I'm going to start looking for a raid target. Before I do, though, here again is our wonderful cast in reverse order this time. Our dear Zenobia Morgana-Watley. Will you tell us a bit about yourself outside a character?
Yes, hey everyone, I'm Obsidia. I was the one being tortured tonight and losing all my fate points. I play Zenobia. I also stream generally on Thursdays when we're not doing Deadlands. This weekend is going to be an exception. I might do a stream on Saturday or Sunday. It remains to be seen. But I would like to do that to play some more Resident Evil 4 Remake with our Signalis mods, because nothing makes Resident Evil 4 better than gay robot lesbians.
Yay!
Aside from that, I will soon be running my own homebrew D&D setting called Nexus in the campaign Forlorn Legacy, which our very own B is going to be playing in. So you
That's
should
me.
check me out if you wanna learn more about that. I'm hopefully going to be filming a primer on the setting and releasing that on YouTube. And I will be then moving on to the one-shots, where we're going to be doing origin sessions for every character before we do the first official session where they all come together. So it should be a lot of fun. It's very cool. I'm very excited to game for these people. The end.
Oh, thank you. And then following that, Ms. Mary, not Mac, all
Mac.
dressed in black.
Mac.
Will
Black.
you
Black.
would you do us the honors of spinning us a yarn about yourself?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was giving you a
Yeah, I
hardball.
didn't realize it was a big ticket question.
I don't know. It's just the way you phrase it is like spinning yarn. Like what? I don't know what to do now. I don't know what that phrasing means.
It means tell a story. Talk about yourself. It's an idiom.
I'm not an idiom. How dare you? I don't know what to say right now. I just there seems to be a lot of food contamination stuff going on right now. Check what you got. Wash it properly, cook it properly, take care of yourselves. It's a little personal for me right now, but
Fair.
it's important.
It's true.
Yeah.
Cook your
Alright.
meat to a proper temperature. And don't store it in the fridge.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then our pilfering. I was gonna say pistolero, but that don't work. She uses a rifle. Our pilfering parrot. Would you tell us a bit more about yourself?
I'm Hemlock. I'm working on my 4.0 model ever so slowly. Just rigging a little bit at a time on stream so I don't fuck it up. Yeah, for the next like month or so, I'm rigging and playing with different PNG tuber software. If you have any interest in learning that kind of stuff, um, that's about it. I'm chilling.
Hell yeah.
Chilling like a villain.
You love to see it. Alright. And last but not least for our cast, Ezra King, man of the hour, Professor Freeze himself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Epitome. Now that I'm no longer eating and can actually introduce myself, it's nice to meet you all. I play Ezra King. I also am the one that reminds you to get your flu shots when it's seasonally appropriate. And to wear sunscreen, just in general.
Mm-hmm. Very important.
We have come to a point in time where I can both say, you should start considering a flu shot, and wear your sunscreen, because a lot of places are starting to get their flu shot stock in.
Mhm.
Now, if you aren't readily facing the public, I wouldn't necessarily say you need to get it now, but it's available. I'm not going to stop you. Also,
Alright.
rotisserie chicken, very good.
True. Alright.
I will only say with the vaccination stuff, my wife is one of the people who's medically advised not to get vaccines. So she relies on the general public reaching the herd immunity status to protect her.
Very
So
important.
even if you don't necessarily at a high risk for catching the flu, I still appreciate it if you got your flu shot.
Oh, absolutely.
Remember, folks, pestilence ain't just a grand concept or a horseman. It's a very real thing that still exists. And we are still living in a not exactly post-pandemic world, so take care out there. Alright. And with that, I've been Beatrix. I plan on continuing to be here as well. And if you found this channel, you've already found me. Congratulations. But here are some other places you can find me too, I reckon. The card has just about every bit of Bea and Auntie Griselda as well that you could want, as well as commission info. Discord if you'd like to join in this little posse of people I've managed to attract to myself. Wonderful folks all. Twitter, it's a shit show, but it's still kind of my shit show, I guess. And YouTube, where if I ever remember again, the VODs for this series will be going. Someday I'll remember. Someday.
I believe in you.
I don't. Anywho, if you're watching from this theoretical YouTube VOD, take care of yourselves out there, partners. Be rootin', be tootin', by God you best be shootin', but most of all, be kind.
Wait, we didn't figure out his grade.
And happy trails.